Have you ever looked at the beautifully flowing, sweeping curves of the Arabic script and wondered where on earth to even begin untangling all that mystique? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving right into this explainer to unpack Thouria Benferhat's highly effective workbook in Arabic, Teach Me the Alphabet. We're going to break down the methodology that makes her foundational approach an absolute game changer for learners from all backgrounds. Let's be real, making the leap from a left-to-right Latin alphabet into a totally new right-to-left cursive script can feel intensely overwhelming, right? You're not just learning new sounds, your brain is literally rewiring itself to process written information in a completely different direction. But here's the beauty of Thouria's approach. It totally validates that initial friction. Feeling a bit lost at first is completely normal. So instead of throwing you into the deep end of complex grammar, this system gives you a super structured step-by-step path to master the actual building blocks of this beautiful alphabet with total confidence. To demystify this whole process, our roadmap today is super straightforward. We'll quickly cover a new Arabic journey, mastering the 28 letters, unfriendly letters and symbols, interactive video learning, and finally, joining a global learning community. All right, moving right into part one, a new Arabic journey. Let's start with who this foundational approach is actually built for. Because, understanding the Arabic alphabet is about way more than just memorizing shapes on a page. It's really about finding a learning system that adapts to your specific situation, and this perfectly illustrates the book's incredible versatility. Think about the heavy pressure parents often feel when trying to pass down a heritage language to their kids, always terrified they might be teaching it wrong. Or consider the frustration adult beginners face when rigid traditional textbook methods leave them feeling like they're just rote memorizing without truly grasping the concepts. Whether you fall into one of those groups, or maybe you're a classroom teacher hunting for a reliable, logical curriculum, this structured approach removes all the guesswork and systematically helps make everything just click into place. Let's keep things moving with Section 2, Mastering the 28 Letters. Now we're getting into the core mechanics of the Arabic alphabet and looking at the numbers that define this beautiful language. So there are exactly 28 letters in the Arabic alphabet, and they form the absolute bedrock of everything you're going to learn. But here's the secret. You don't just recite them like a blocky, disconnected list. Arabic is an entirely cursive language. It flows naturally from right to left. To truly master the script, you have to deeply understand how these 28 characters operate. They aren't individual islands. They're a dynamic, interconnected ecosystem. But in stark contrast to that flowing ecosystem, there are 6 very specific letters known as the unfriendly letters. We're going to unpack exactly what that means in just a second, but just keep this number 6 in the back of your mind as we first look at how the vast majority of the regular letters behave. Here's the crucial point about those regular 28 letters. They are literal shapeshifters. Depending on whether a letter is greeting you at the start of a word, squeezed in the middle, holding hands on both sides, waving goodbye at the tail end, or simply standing isolated all by itself, its actual physical shape adapts. A letter's tail might stretch out dramatically to connect to its neighbor, or tuck in neatly to gracefully finish the word off. It's this beautifully flowing system where characters visually morph to accommodate their surroundings. How cool is that? Okay, moving to Section 3. Unfriendly letters and symbols. It's time to address those 6 tricky letters we just mentioned and uncover some of the other vital nuances of Arabic writing. So think of these 6 unfriendly letters as the fiercely independent characters in our story. While most of the Arabic alphabet loves to link up and hold hands in that continuous cursive flow, these 6 act like a protective shield. They absolutely refuse to latch on to the letter that comes next. The chain just breaks. Identifying these specific rule breakers early on is a massive shortcut to reading fluidly, so you aren't left scratching your head wondering why a word suddenly stops connecting right in the middle. And beyond the base alphabet, you've got to master Harakat. These are quite literally the heartbeat of Arabic. They're these tiny, short vowel marks placed above or below the letters. Without them, a written word is essentially just a consonant skeleton. Adding or altering a single tiny harakat mark injects the vowel sound, completely changing the definition, rhythm, and exact pronunciation of the word. It's basically the secret code that unlocks the whole language. Furthermore, you'll learn exactly why dot placement is absolutely crucial here. Many Arabic letters share the exact same sweeping curves. Imagine drawing a simple, wide smile or a little boat shape on a page. Put one single dot directly underneath that boat, and you've just written the letter ba. Take that exact same boat shape, but put 2 dots hovering right on top, and it transforms into the letter ta. That is how incredibly important visual precision is in this script. Let's jump right into Section 4, Interactive Video Learning. Because let's face it, just reading about pronunciation and sweeping curves from a static page isn't always going to cut it. Static pages can really only teach you so much about sound and movement, right? That's where this methodology brilliantly brings modern technology directly into the mix. By scanning integrated QR codes right there on the page, you get instant access to interactive video demonstrations. It's literally like having a dynamic visual guide right there with you at all times, making sure you're never left second-guessing if you're making the right vocal sound or drawing the right shape. And that brings us to our final section, a global learning community. What makes this explainer truly exciting is seeing how Thouria's teaching reaches way beyond cultural and linguistic borders. Whether you're starting out speaking English, Arabic, French, or Spanish, the curriculum embraces a truly global audience with customized introductions and resources. And the core message across all of these languages is identically supportive. You are welcome here, and you absolutely have a place in this community to learn and grow. The physical workbook itself actually acts as a gateway into a much wider ecosystem of learning. You can branch out, join a massive, growing community of global learners, and dive into curated educational materials and beautiful Arabic gifts via her Linktree and Amazon storefront. It's all about giving you the chance to immerse yourself deeply in the culture and equipping yourself with the absolute best educational tools to keep your momentum going strong. Now, before we wrap up our Arabic journey today, in the spirit of full transparency, we just want to briefly point out the educational and affiliate disclaimers regarding the source material and content generation, which you can review right here. I absolutely love this quote from Thouria. Every expert was once a beginner. It's such an empowering reminder that fluency is a journey that starts with a single step. It is so incredibly easy to look at a beautifully written Arabic manuscript and just feel completely intimidated. But remember, every single fluent speaker, writer, and poet had to start by learning these exact same 28 letters. So, with the mystery totally removed, modern interactive tools right at your disposal, and a highly logical system in your hands, the only real question left is, which of those 28 letters are you gonna write first? Dive in, embrace the shapes and sounds, and discover the true beauty of the Arabic language for yourself.